The New York Knicks haven't been where they like to be defensively all season long. After their most recent loss against the Atlanta Hawks, I'm questioning their defense. It's official. Look, we're 20% of the season in, and the Knicks defensively just have been bad. It's a good enough sample size to kind of get a grasp of things, and the numbers show it. Look, over these last 3 games, take a look at these stats. Opponent points in the paint, 27th in the NBA. Opponent defensive rebound, 28th in the NBA. Opponent offensive rebound percentage, that is at 32%. That is dead last in the NBA. To go along with that, the Knicks over these last 3 games are shooting 60% from the free throw line after being number 1 in the NBA. Look, it's a combination of things. It's lack of help defense. It's effort. It's literally little things like one-on-one defense and help defense and pick and roll defense that the Knicks just haven't been playing well. And look, the Hawks didn't really shoot the ball well in the most recent loss, but these are the types of games where, okay, you shoot the ball poorly. Knicks shot the ball poorly in that game, that you would find different ways to win. And what the Knicks have shown you over these first pretty much quarter of the season is that if they don't shoot well, they don't win. Really reliant on their offense, and on any given night, if they're going to have a bad shooting night like they did versus Atlanta, they're not going to win many of those games because simply their defense just isn't where it needs to be. And it's shocking because you bring in Mikal Bridges, who supposedly is supposed to help your defense wing stop. OG Anunoby can't do it all. Sometimes OG Anunoby is literally the only person out there playing great defense, and he can't play defense for all 5 guys. I mean, there's been times where he's had to help out a couple of times, but he just can't do it all. And you need help from Mikal Bridges. You need help from Karl-Anthony Towns. Jalen Brunson, we know him to be a poor defender already. Josh Hart is a good defender in himself. But right now, this Knicks team is struggling defensively minded. One area where this Knicks team can start is just them being more physical. Go over the pick and rolls with more aggression. What you're seeing at times is that the Knicks just need a bigger body out there. When Karl-Anthony Towns gets into foul trouble, Precious Achiuwa can come in. But in my opinion, Tom Thibodeau, you got to extend the rotations. You got to at least play Ariel Hukporti out there, or you got to play Pacom Daddy out there. Look, fatigue could be factoring into the Knicks' poor defense because Tom Thibodeau was only playing 8 men at the time. To me, that should be 9. And if you can get your guys, more rest, Mikal Bridges is leading the NBA in minutes per game. Not saying that's contributing to his poor defense, but look, he hasn't been as advertised on the defensive end. He hasn't. He's struggled offensively. He's starting to get it going here, but defensively, he's been below average. One-on-one defense, even against Trae Young. You would think that, okay, Mikal Bridges, his long wingspans, his long arms can stop Trae Young from penetrating, from dishing the ball to his open man in the corner, and it didn't. And right now, that's where the Knicks are struggling with. Honestly, at times, it just looks like they don't know what to do. As a team that's being coached by a defensive guru in Tom Thibodeau, it's honestly shocking. And look, the Knicks, one of the best offenses in the NBA right now. Defense, obviously, is a long way to go. But if you're going to hope that you can outshoot your opponent on any given night and hope that you can win a championship that way, to me, I don't think that's a good recipe. A lot of nights this year, the Knicks have struggled in terms of putting the ball in the basket. When they do, they're amazing. So the defense is kind of being overlooked. When their offense just isn't clicking on all cylinders, when they're missing wide open shots, you want to see this Knicks team win games in other ways. Offensive rebounds, defense, hustle plays. Those are the areas that this Knicks team is currently struggling on, especially offensive rebounding. To go from pretty much top 5 last year to this year where you're not really getting those extra possessions, it's really happening against you. Hawks had a ton of offensive rebounds, and that's demoralizing to a team. Obviously, you have to exert more energy. You're out there longer, more defensive plays, and your defense right now just isn't where it needs to be to justify that. Although there is one stat I found interesting. The Knicks are first in the NBA in team opponent total rebounding per game. They're allowing 49.3 rebounds per game. They're first in the NBA in that category. That mainly is because the Knicks on most nights are shooting the heck out of the basketball. So if the ball is going in, less opportunity for the opponents to rebound the basketball. But when the Knicks are missing, what you're seeing is extra possessions. The Knicks are not boxing out, and it's honestly hurting the Knicks. But is this the new Knicks? Is this your New York Knicks team? On any given night, we could shoot you out the gym. But defensively, we're going to give up 110, 120. No problem. When we have it going on offense, you're going to lose because we are deadly on offense when all things are clicking. But when we are not, we are just not going to win the game. And to compile all of that, their bench scoring is non-existent. The Knicks are dead last in the NBA in bench scoring, 20.8 points per game in bench scoring. So you're not really getting scoring off the bench. You're relying heavy on your starters. They're playing heavy minutes, and your starters are not playing defense. Teams are attacking Jalen Brunson, and there's really nothing you can do. And Anunoby can only help so much. And you need more from Mikal. You do need more rim protection from Karl-Anthony Towns. Josh Hart needs to be more aggressive as well. I think solely this relies on coaching. I think Tom Thibodeau can come up with some schemes, come up with another game plan, and maybe try different lineups with Cat and Hukporti and Cat and Precious more and see where that goes, because Precious Achiuwa has shown you that he's a good rim protector. It's an issue right now. It is an issue right now. Let me know in the comments below. Air it out. Air your frustrations out. Look, Knicks have lost to the Pistons and the Hawks in their last 3 games. Scrapped away a victory against the Toronto Raptors. That was a great win. But still, even in that game, you allowed the Raptors to hang around until you had that big fourth quarter. So it's a problem that needs to be fixed. Sky isn't falling. Still 5 games over 500. But there is work that needs to be done with this ball club. There is. Air out your frustrations in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. A center besides Karl-Anthony Towns, Ariel Hukporti, a trade. Let me know in the comments below. I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. I'll catch you guys next time. As always, it is Let's Go Knicks. Peace.